So you are experiencing lower back pain during or after a bench press. Why? What are you doing wrong? Is this back pain caused by bad bench press form, or is it an indication of something completely different? The bench press, as many of you will know, targets the chest, the triceps and the shoulders. So let's make sure we keep it to that and not involve your lower back as well. It may not be a surprise to you that one of the main causes for this back pain is in one way or another down to bad form. So let's discuss some common form mistakes that can lead to back pain after a bench press. The first one is to do with your lower back arch. When you get on a bench to do a bench press, we can often exaggerate our back arch to move the weight or open up our chest more. Or some of us may have an insufficient back arch, therefore being too flat on the bench. Maintaining a moderate lower back is crucial, as if we arch too much or too little, it can shift the resistance and strain certain muscles in your back, therefore will lead to back pain. Secondly, could be due to your shoulder or scapular mobility. If you have poor mobility in your shoulders and your scapula, it can start to cause injuries to the soft tissues in your mid to upper back during a bench press. Another thing to keep in mind is your feet and leg positioning. If you set your legs and feet too far back and too close to the bench, it can affect your pelvis and your lower back arch, causing more tension on your spine and therefore potential for injury. But how can you go about fixing this back pain from a bench press? First of all, take all of these form pointers that I've just told you. Secondly, make sure you are warming up properly and not just going straight into a PR. Do some mobility drills, making sure you're stretching and warming up your back and your body, making sure you're not just going straight cold into a bench press. Thirdly, try reducing the intensity of your bench press, either by reducing the weight a little bit or reducing the volume. Remember, with your bench press, you're trying to only isolate your chest, your triceps and your shoulders, and only using them. If you have to shift your whole body using your momentum and therefore using your back in some way, then it is going to do you more harm than good. Also, if you're experiencing back issues despite good form on all of your lifts, start including some back strengthening exercises. I don't mean like your lat pull downs or seated rows. I mean just some stretches and ways to get your lower back stronger to help prevent this back pain and overall just help your posture. Some examples of lower back exercises you can use are as follows. You can use pelvic tilts. This is where you lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Flatten your lower back against the ground by tightening your abs and tilting your pelvis up, holding it for a few seconds. You could also do bridges. This is lying on your back, then lift your hips off the floor by squeezing your glutes and your lower back muscles. You could then do something called a bird dog exercise, which is where you start on your hands and knees, you lift one arm and then the opposite leg, keeping them in line with your spine. Hold this for a few seconds and then switch sides. Maybe doing some of these exercises every couple of days should help relieve you of this back pain, help strengthen your lower back, then hopefully preventing you from feeling this pain in future lifts and just in daily life. Back pain could also be caused by bad posture in daily life, as we are all guilty of looking at our phones, looking at screens and sitting down for long periods of time, which ultimately could result in us having back pain and weakening our back muscles. Because when trying to build a muscular chest, the last thing you want to feel is a twinge in your back. If you have tried all of these things and are still in pain every time you do a bench press, you may want to try alternative exercises. Are there better options? Well, check out this video right here to find out how to develop your chest as effectively as possible. And subscribe to help me transform your physique.